Drama, drama. Can Democrats do anything without it being all dramatic? That was rhetorical, I know. They lose, and we know it's hysterical drama. And they win, and it's more drama. Act like you've been there before. But for the record, you didn't even win yet. And actually, in many ways, you lost hard. I'm Katie Petrick, and this is Healthy Republic. What a month this past week has been. Remember back when I said we had one more week and I was all excited? Back when I was naive. Yeah, that was like 3 years ago. I'm uber fatigued, and it has nothing to do with me getting over the Rona. This election is exactly like the rest of 2020. It will never end.
This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
That's enough, guys.
Some people.
Yes, we did just do that again. But rather than get wonky with data about President Trump, we are going to focus on the Democrats and their hip. Hip, hip.
Hip? Hip hop? Hip hop anonymous?
Damn you! You gave him the easy ones!
Close enough. We are talking about their hypocrisy. Because if they didn't have that, all they would have are their crocodile tears. And they gave us plenty 4 years ago. Right, Van Jones?
People have talked about a miracle. I'm hearing about a nightmare. It's hard to be a parent tonight for a lot of us. This was a white lash. This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president in part. And that's the part where the pain comes.
Oh, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
A complete earthquake. This was an earthquake unlike any earthquake I've really seen since Ronald Reagan in 1980.
And there is how so many Hillary Clinton supporters are reacting in that room.
We handed almost unlimited power to a fascist wannabe.
And they are just stunned at the idea that they were completely sure they were coming to this event to celebrate Hillary Clinton becoming the first female president. And
you're awake, by the way. You're not having a terrible, terrible dream. Also, you're not dead and you haven't gone to hell. This is your life now. This is our election now. This is us. This is our country. It's real.
Now, 4 years later, and Trump will not concede and is rightfully demanding that all legal votes be counted, the Democrats and media, yes, I know, one and the same, are crying again.
We see him like an obese turtle on his back, flailing in the hot sun, realizing his time is over.
We are ready, legally, constitutionally, congressionally, in every way, to protect our democracy for any skullduggery that the president may try to introduce into this.
Beside me, we're going to show you on the screen, are all the names of United States senators who haven't even acknowledged a clear Joe Biden victory since he crossed the winning threshold of 270 electoral votes.
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters.
Van Jones really just can't stop crying. The focus here is that these same people believe that Stacey Abrams is the governor of Georgia, a state under contention right now for this election. And they were the ones who said, do not concede Joe Biden under any circumstances.
You know, Joe Biden should not concede under any circumstances because I think this is going to drag out, and eventually I do believe he will win if we don't give an inch and if we are as focused and relentless as the other side is.
But because it's Donald Trump, then how dare you question the legitimacy of this election? Again, this from the lady who has made every excuse in the book for her being a loser.
The Russians weaponizing information, negative stories about me, this whole WikiLeaks beginning to leak in early October of John Podesta's emails, which if you've read them all, they're pretty anodyne, but they were taken out of context. The stories were made up about them. We now know Facebook was taking money from Russian companies to run negative stories about me.
Blah, blah, blah. Please just stop, cake eater.
Forget it, cake eater. If you want to play with yourself.
This election has been a terrible, no good, very bad day for the Democrats. And this is no matter what kind of ice cream Nancy is trying to sell you.
I do believe that we'll be with Biden in the White House and a Democratic Congress, and hopefully a Democratic Senate. We'll see in January, we'll be able to do great things for the American people. As I said, we've lost some battles, but we won the war. We have the gavel. We have the gavel.
All I can say to Nancy about her pure BS is this.
I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia.
It's a pretty bad lie, but that's what Nancy does best. She is completely ignoring that regarding seats in Congress, the main stories have been this is the year of the Republican woman, and that there is plenty of inroads fighting between her establishment cake eaters and the far left. They are even complaining via Twitter that live leaks are happening. In summary on this image, Erica Warner of the Washington Post said in a thread of how there is yelling happening by Representative Abigail Spanberger of Virginia, who nearly lost her race. She says a defund the police attack ad almost cost her the election, and her party members should never say socialism again. She warns of the party getting torn apart 2 years from now. Then Pelosi disagrees and claims they had a mandate before she left the call. Then there was crying. I'm just over here with my popcorn. More on Pelosi and the so-called mandate.
Our caucus has its differences. I would not want to lead in a caucus that was a rubber stamp lockstep caucus. That's called Republicans. We are the Democratic Party, and we have several exuberances in our midst.
That exuberance is known as Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and her gang of Spice Girls. And boy, has she been busy since this election. She got off of Twitch for a moment to say things such as these. Is anyone archiving these Trump sycophants for when they try to downplay or deny their complicity in the future? I foresee decent probability of many deleted tweets, writings, photos in the future. So she has a desire to put people on a blacklist. And somehow that's not racist? But then she told the New York Times all about how racist America is. Remember, she's not racist at all. She claims we need to do a lot of anti-racist, deep canvassing in this country, because if we keep losing white sharers and just allowing Facebook to radicalize more and more elements of white voters and the white electorate, there's no amount of people of color and young people that you can turn out to offset that. But here's the important part of this video, and it comes straight out of the mouths of those furthest left. 4 years ago, we know the progressives listened to crazy Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks when he said this.
Another thing we're done with today is the era of politeness.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So progressives, don't listen to the Democratic Party who tell you to neuter yourself and be polite, okay? No. Progressives we're not going to be polite anymore. You know what we're going to do? Something that the DNC has cock-blocked this entire time. We're going to fight back.
But now they are using their newspeak and doublethink to claim civility and respect, as if they'd been doing it all along. Because they're getting what they want, and that means that they can pretend to be civil now. And yet, here's what they really think. Remember when former First Lady Michelle Obama said before the 2016 election that when they go low, we go high?
When someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high.
Yeah, about that. What she means is we get high and use our fumes to help ignite the flames of hatred, and then we burn down cities. Am I wrong? Obama's after this election thoughts include calling the 70 million people who voted for Trump essentially a bunch of little demons. Let's remember that tens of millions of people voted for the status quo, even when it meant supporting lies, hate, chaos, and division. We've got a lot of work to do to reach out to these folks in the years ahead and connect with them on what unites us. No thank you. But you can bet the sheep will just say, bah. People have turned off their ears once again and crawled back into their holes. Meanwhile, AOC will continue to mobilize.
my next couple of months doing everything that I can to extend help and offer support to the work of fantastic leaders that we just heard from, like Stacey Abrams, to make sure that we don't have a Republican Senate majority, that we win these races in Georgia, that we secure a Democratic Senate majority so that we don't have to negotiate in that way.
I don't want to leave you with a sad note, so here's this. AOC, in peak millennial fashion, came out and said she doesn't even know if she wants to be in politics. It's the stress. It's the violence. It's the lack of support from your own party. It's your own party thinking you're the enemy. Single tear. Again, everyone, know that it's not over. And it won't be over for some time, no matter what the media spouts. Put attention on Georgia, because control of the Senate is at stake. And if you're still feeling down, remember that climate alarmist Al Gore thought he was president for more than a month back in 2000. The world didn't go up in flames or underwater 20 years ago, and it won't now. Just be patient and stay vigilant. Until next time, stay healthy, America. Hey team, you all know it takes a lot of work to get all of this together, and we continue to be demonetized by Facebook and YouTube. If you like hearing truth and common sense with a love for freedom, please join the Patriot Club with a $99 tax-deductible donation, and you'll get this sweet vessel of joy as part of a thank you for joining the Patriot Club. All you have to do is visit patriotclub.us and become a Patriot member today. That's patriotclub.us. You'll be helping us so we can keep helping you.